sounds like our definition is still in dispute. So maybe we can talk about goal number 1 first. And Connie, to catch you up, what we're trying to do is define the goals for this mediation program for New Orleans. Okay. And so we generally agree on what we want to accomplish. The question is how to say it so that it says what we actually need. Okay.
And, excuse me, go ahead and have this. And also, I think in the process of our discussion anyway, about the definition and also in Big Tent, I think how to say it so it's understandable to the people who are reading it.
Right. Yes, specifically we're talking about police officers and civilian complainants, right? Who have no experience with mediation and who might have some biases against it, right? So we want to make sure that we say this in a way that's like universal and appealing. Okay. Right. So what we have right here are 4 different ways to say our first goal. Our first goal has something to do with like hearing and understanding each other. I know we want people to hear and understand each other. So I'm just going to read these 4. Okay. And then we are going to do a straight up and down vote, meaning I'm going to say how many people are going the best to the best read. Okay. So 1, listening. Parties will listen to and hear one another's concerns so that they may better hear each other's points of view. 2, listening. Parties will engage in active listening whereby they hear and acknowledge each other's perspective. 3, listening. Parties will actively listen and hear one another's concerns so that they may better understand the other's points of view. And 4, create a safe space. Facilitate a safe environment where each party feels secure in expressing and hearing one another's points of view. Okay, so straight vote. We'll see how we do.
Why don't you take our vote?
I'll take our vote.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, how many for number 1?
Well, let me just make sure I understand the point of these goals. All right. So this is just in terms of categorizing them.
This is we're going to have 3 or 4 goals. Okay. Right. So this is just the first goal that's meant to encapsulate the idea of listening and hearing. And I believe the first way we had it phrased was, I don't remember. Does anybody remember the original phrase? It doesn't matter. But this one's about listening and hearing.
Oh. So the question is, which best describes what it is
we want? Okay, said right. So.
And just so people understand, the option that gets the most votes, that's what we go for.
We're just going for straight to
Yeah.
And do folks need another read? Okay, so number 1. I see 0 for number 1. Number 2.
Captain, did you go for number 1?
Oh
Yeah. I don't see any. Does this mean we won't be adding anything else to address?
No. This is just goal number 1.
This is just for how we phrase goal number 1.
Listening.
You have to pick one. A, B, C, or D.
Okay. All right, I was dealing with something.
And I'm working on.
Okay. A. No? Any votes for A? Any votes for B?
Okay, I have 1.
Any votes for C?
3.
And votes for D?
With an explanation. With an explanation.
E makes you.
No explanation.
brochure, but we don't have to write that brochure in this room. Right, so we're giving guidelines to those who will be writing those brochures, okay?
I would just connect like 1A and 1D, and I think that captures it.
Party will listen to you, hear what others concerns with the library.
1A and 1D, and just capture it. But I mean,
they
so
seem
you
kind of
would
redundant
tag,
to me, like, tell me what you would say.
so that listen parties will,
Listen to.
my blinds are back, will listen to and hear one another's concerns so that they may better hear each other's point of view within a safe space, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, somehow tag that on, and it seems to capture the whole listening and safe environment.
If you wanna.
I'm just, you know.
So
If I were to tag anything, I would start it with a safe space, because it's a safe space that's gonna allow all the other stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Follow it up with it after starting with a safe space.
I'm gonna be a bit of a Nazi here, because we had an opportunity to hash this out on LinkedIn, and these are our options. And in order to move forward, we gotta work with our options, right? So
no, it's not Nazi.
we have adopted 1D.
It's stopped.
Yep. I'm on my mind to do that. Okay, 2. We only have 2 proposals for second goal. First one reads problem solving. Parties listen to each other and to determine what led to the complaint and police interaction, and work together to decide on solutions and/or ameliorating next steps. Given that this word means something to me, but not necessarily other people. 2, problem solving. Parties listen to each other to determine what led to complaint and police action, and working together, all parties decide on solutions or next steps. So the only difference really is that word. So just straight up and down.
So B is the same as A, except for the ameliorating is spelled out into smaller words.
Basically, yes.
Decide on solutions or next steps, yeah.
Yeah. So A, any A's? B?
Yeah.
Okay, 2B. 3. Okay, so number 1 is resolution. Parties work towards concrete steps to resolve or ameliorate the source of conflict. 2, resolution. Reaching some outcome through the parties listening and gaining a better understanding. Interactive dialogue may result in outcomes including but not limited to an apology. 3, transformation. Citizens sit together in a transformational mediation, a restorative practice that recognizes a breakdown of relationships as the source of conflict and seeks first and foremost to repair that relationship as measured by pre and post survey on their attitudes towards the other's respective group. It's a mouthful, but what it's saying here is that specifically using the phrase transformational mediation, naming that it's a restorative process, and naming that the breakdown in relationship is the real issue, and that the mediation seeks to resolve that.
Ursula, can I ask you to move to the other side?
Sorry. Sorry. And 4, transformation. Community and police participate in a transformational mediation, a restorative practice that recognizes conflict as a crisis in human interaction and focuses on repairing the relationship. So 4 is a lot like 3, it's just a little simpler. And 1 and 2 are a lot like each other, they're just,
It's not my fault. The color's not my fault.
Yeah, please feel free to come up.
What was this original? It seems a lot like number 2.
Originally in the blueprint right here, it's
Yeah.
on page 13.
it was called is it reconciling? No, are we
Yeah,
reconciling?
yeah.
3, reconciling, the original, reaching some agreement that the parties have listened and gained a better understanding through listening and dialogue, and may include an apology. It's in the blueprint on page 13 at the top.
Is there anyone who doesn't have a copy that would like to see the blueprint? So do folks feel like they have enough information to vote? Okay.
What I just read was under number 3, reconcile.
That was the original.
The original
vote
term
statement.
was called reconciling, I think we switched it to resolution or
Right now,
transformation.
we got resolution or transformation. The original language is what Allison read, and last time we met, the group felt that that language was lacking. So, how many for number 1? I'm gonna put down 1 because I like number 1. Number 2,
Wait a minute, just one, Deb.
there, it's 2.
Nobody?
Any votes for number 2?
No.
How does ameliorate resonate with, I just want to say.
Ameliorate means, repair the harm in my mind. Now, if you want a real definition, I'll look it up on the next one. Number 3. Number 4.
Wait a minute, I didn't get. No, this is 3.
3 was, I got
Simon.
counted 4.
So-
The 3?
Are you 3, Alan?
Yeah, 3.
Okay.
So it's 5.
I think actually we haven't decided.
Oh, we haven't decided
yet,
on this.
so,
Yeah, that's right here.
yeah,
So that's 3. Sorry, we're gonna address that today.
we are, there, especially that we have 1, nobody can look.
And 4? Okay, we don't have a clear majority, so we're doing a runoff.
It's between 3 and 4.
Okay, so let's see votes for 3.
Do we wanna go over what 3 is for the other folks, or they sign?
Yeah, reread it.
Can you,
Move forward.
can you just
might
read them
wanna
both
reread.
aloud again?
Okay, let's read them. Number 3, transformation. Citizens and police sit together in a transformational mediation, a restorative practice that recognizes a breakdown in relationships as the source of the conflict and seeks first and foremost to repair that relationship as measured by a pre and post survey on their attitudes towards the other's respective group. 4, transformation. Community and police participate in a transformational mediation, a restorative practice that recognizes conflicts as a crisis of human interaction and focuses on repairing the relationship.
And you need to vote as well, so,
I voted for
number 1.
yeah, but now that we're doing a runoff, I'm not sure what we. I guess for the sake of simplicity, I like 4 better. Okay, how many votes for 3?
Well, let me just ask this question instead. Has anybody changed their vote over that was voting for 3 before? Everybody that voted for 3 before is still voting for 3?
There are more
Anybody?
people, 'cause I
Right,
saw 5
I know.
areas.
But anybody that was voting for 4, you voting for 3 now? Then you switched over? Okay. And Deb, were you on 3 or 4?
I don't really have
So Ted, Simon, Connie, Al, and I forgot your name. Abby. Abby voted for 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for 4, Ursula, Jenny. No, I'm sorry, 3 because Ted switched over. Ursula, Jenny, and
Cassie.
I'm sorry,
It's all right.
I'm terrible at names.
I had my head down, I didn't know you
It's
were.
okay. So 3, overwhelmingly 2.
Okay, so we've got our, so we need to talk about additional goals, but I'm gonna ask folks, is it all right if we, do some big tent work on additional goals, or do y'all wanna do that right now?
Let's do big tent.
Big tent, good.
The big tent is,
a website we all use to do discussion groups,
yeah,
but
for some strange reason, I'm not getting on it.
let's talk after the meeting, about how to work on that, and we can do some other things if you don't have our regular computer access.
Okay.
And specifically, Ted, that can deal with the issue that you were talking about over the apology and
Did you take a photograph of this before?
problem solving.
Well, let's go back to our definition issue. Right now, the 2 proposals on the table are a mediation process helps parties develop a mutual understanding over a conflict. The parties identify disputed issues and generate options that may help them reach a mutually acceptable resolution. Option 2, a mediation process helps parties develop a